Yo guys, I'm Trizo, and let's break down everything we know about Apex Legends Season 20 and everything we know so far from the new trailer, as well as the information given us by Hypermiss, as well as other people who have playtested the new season. And if you guys haven't seen my other video, be sure to check it out, as I won't be reiterating information, and I'll be going over new information and more details about the stuff that I've already talked about. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So let's go over the rewards. Again, 6 legends will be unlocked for everyone throughout the season. Complete the challenges with these legends to unlock them forever, and you'll get special rewards, including permanent unlocks, including the pay-to-win flatline skin, and a matching set for Wraith. So that would be a legendary skin and some trackers. I'll put them on screen right now if you want to see that. There will also be removing clubs and putting them into retirement forever, and they'll be replacing them with tags. So tags will be 3 to 4 characters long and are limited to alphanumeric characters. And you can update them as often as you like, and they'll be accessed on the social page. Let's go over the armors, because they have given us more information. So armors will be overcharged, like I mentioned previously, which is the temporary shield you get from swapping armors if the core is bigger than the one you already have. So no matter what you swap to, so let's say you have a blue and you swap to a red, it'll be 30 seconds before it returns to the armor that you originally had, which was the blue. If you had a red, you would have kept it the red shield that you swapped to, so basically what it is now. So no matter what armor you have, it'll be 30 seconds temporary shields. So if you swap from a white to a blue, you'll have 30 seconds on that blue before it goes back down to a gray again. And let's go over how you can upgrade and earn armor, or upgrade your armor in this new season. So for your personal self and how to upgrade and earn it, it'll be based on damage, knocks and assist, doing a finisher, an Evo Cache, which I'll explain later, which is also found in care packages and vaults, and knocking a legend of a higher level will net you a underdog XP bonus. Now for your team gains, if you do get a squad wipe, revive and respawn, class interactions, so that is survey beacons and ring consoles, world interactions, so that's the wildlife and trials completion, and then Evo Harvesters, which we'll mention right now. So Evo Harvesters will randomly appear after the first ring, which are on a delay, so you can't access them immediately, and then they'll be similar to crafting Harvesters from previous seasons, and they'll give an amount to the entire squad. Evo Caches are rare loot, and they're found in highly contested areas like vaults and supply drops, and collecting one will grant 1 full Evo charge, so basically 1 level up. So you go from blue to red, or no, excuse me, blue to purple. And if you're on purple, you'd go to red. And once you're max level, you cannot pick them up anymore, so you basically can't hoard them. You'd have to give them to another person on your squad. The new shield cores, so that is basically what will be found in death boxes and be able to be swapped, which will give you the overcharged amount of shield. So ranked, we have some more information. So they made a series of changes. Again, like I mentioned, the level requirement will be 20, splits will be back, and everyone will restart on 1 RP at the beginning of the season. There'll be a quick split reset, which will drop everyone, will drop your ranking by 6 divisions, so that it's 1.5 ranks. Players will also receive a ranked tier badge from your highest rank they achieve at the end of the season. That is on across all platforms. So they're making more changes to the scoring, so it'll be more transparent. So it'll be similar to past seasons, and it's placing a higher emphasis on eliminations over placements. Your hidden skill rating will no longer influence either your matchmaking or scoring. The bonus system has also been updated to provide more insight, and player rankings will now be visible. And they're returning to a more improved point system as well. So with these changes, this also means the entry cost will be back. So at silver, it'll be 20 RP, gold will be 40, plat will be 60, diamond will be 80, and masters will be 100. And then back to the elimination scoring, it will scale based on your placement. So the higher you place, the more value your elimination will be worth. And so there'll be no hard cap on the number of eliminations you can have, or the points you'll gain from them. Instead, eliminations will be worth half their value after 6. So after 6 kills, the point value of it will be worth half of what it was if it wasn't the 6th kill, or the 7th kill, excuse me. There'll also be some bonuses for going on a streak. So if you place top 5 or higher, it'll be worth 10 RP, and then 3, 4, and 5 streak will be 20, 30, 40. So 10 RP every time you do a streak, and after 5 matches in a row you place 5th or higher, it will be capped. You no longer be getting more RP. It will be a flat 40 RP. There is also a challenger bonus, so you'll earn a 50% bonus on an elimination of a higher ranked player. So this is basically if you're playing with a predator and you're like a gold, you'll get a 50% bonus because the lobbies will no longer be locked to the ranked. You can play with anyone you want. So with this, you're giving people a bonus because it is probably really hard for a bronze to kill a predator with the amount of things that a predator knows and a bronze doesn't. So this kind of makes up for that. And this is unaffected by the 6 cap of soft cap of kills that is in the elimination scoring. Matchmaking again is the highest person in the lobby will be the rank they'll be placed in. So if you're a bronze playing with a pred, good luck, you'll be playing in a predator lobby. With the new season, there'll be a new collection event. As you saw in this launch trailer, we see a new dagger that Lifeline was holding. This was the artifact dagger that I mentioned in my previous video. There's also a chance that it could be an Octane recolor or a Crypto recolor, as we've seen stuff from Hypermist of it already in game. So we'll have to see. I probably won't do that because it'll be a bad look, and the community already doesn't like recolors as is. So it's probably going to be this new dagger, similar to the Final Fantasy Heirloom that we got this season. Here is a new look at the Replicator UI. As you can see, it's 1 use per team, and there's only 4 options. And if you have banners, it'll also appear in here. Some more information: the EVA 8 is in the care package, and in the little screenshot, we see that it has hammer points for some reason. Not sure what they're thinking there. Straight shot. Here is the new LTM. Here is the loading screen for that. Kind of looks pretty cool. It's like red and has the guns on the for some of the symbols of like the letters. And then Mixtape is coming back and is going to be having TDM control and gun run. And here is a look at the new map with the crowd in the background. Looks really cool. I love the skull in the middle. The map rotation for the season is as follows: is Olympus, Stormpoint, and World's Edge. I think that is a W rotation. To be honest, some of the rotations recently have been pretty awful, but this new season, this new map rotation is good. And then let's go over every legend perk. This is going to take a while, so let's get into it. Editor note: I've been editing this for a while, and then I just looked over and saw that they posted a devlog. So I'll be watching that later, but in the devlog, they showed a new Reactive R99 skin. This is probably the new Tier 100 Battle Pass. You can see it on screen now. It looks really, really cool. And they also showed what looks to be the new skirmisher for the next season, the new legend. It looks like an Evo Horizon mix of something. So we'll have to see. Let me know your thoughts on that. But let's go back to the legend perks. If you want to pause at any point, just pause the video and look over it for yourself. But I'm just going to give my personal opinion and tell you what they are. So starting out, we have Ash. So we have Murder Machine. After a squad wipe, call out nearby squads. And Persistent marked for death reveals for 60 seconds. So that's the level 2. Lasting Snare, Arc Snare, multiple enemies, greatly increased lifetime. And then you get an extra charge on your tactical. So personally, these are okay. You probably want to run 2 Arc Snares, in my opinion. The one is just kind of like, having 2 is kind of good. So you probably want to run twin snares with probably Murder Machine. It's probably the best for Ash. Going to Ballistic, he has Care Package Insight, can reveal care packages. Ammu Vision, see ammo in death boxes. One tactical charge, and Smart Bullet, duration is tripled. These are pretty terrible. If anything, you see ammo and you get attack charge, or you do Lasting Bullet, whatever you prefer. The Care Package Insight is just awful. Bangalore, these are pretty good. You probably want to run the alt cooldown because you don't really need to see grenades through walls. You get double time. And then you probably want to run Refuge. You regen HP and smoke. And because the other one is just auto ping enemies who trigger passive, which is good, but the smoke in healing inside smoke is really good. Bloodhound, you get tactical cooldown, and then White Ravens, charge your ult. 25 HP on knock is actually busted, and then double tack full body scan duration. You probably will run 25 HP on knock, especially if you're on controller. That is insane. You get 25 HP per knock. So if you're fighting a whole squad, that's 75 HP. That's really good. So you probably want to run either the Tact cooldown or the Raven, depending on where you are. If you're playing from edge of the map, you probably want to run Tact cooldown maybe, just keep scanning. But the 25 HP is definitely better than the full body coverage in my opinion. Catalyst, these are also really good. +1 active spikes, increased spike throw range, the lifetime of the veil, or the length. It just depends on where you're playing from, especially if you're on the edge of the map and you need to get to position inside zone. The length of the wall being increased. We don't know the length of it, but it's still probably really good. Caustic, tack throw range is increased, so you can throw the barrel farther. Increased gas area for alt. You probably want to run that. That's really good. Just cover like basically a whole building. Extend Nox vision time or regen HP inside gas. You probably want to run breathe it in. Regenning anything in this game is insane. So especially when you can't see and you can, definitely probably want to run that. Conduit. See battery count on death boxes. That's kind of useless. You probably want to run access denied, increase alt mine damage and radius, and then probably split charge, because even though it's half the shield duration, you can do it twice. And 15% attack range is still, it's pretty good. It just depends on how far you're playing out from your teammates and stuff like that. Crypto, I also seen some like an actual like in-game shot in some of these, like the radius on some of these, especially the alt, is crazy. So attack cooldown, an alt cooldown, so whatever you prefer, and then 50% passive on alt range. This one is like massive. I saw a post about it. It is like basically the whole firing range where the guns are to like the first set of dummies. It's actually massive. And then call out squads in area on deployed drone. So this is basically like a bloodhound scan. So every time you pull it out, it will scan for squads nearby. That's also pretty good. So crypto is pretty good. Fuse is pretty bad in my opinion. You do have speed boost on cluster hit and minus 25% damage from explosives, but you have these ordnance. I don't know what they're thinking. No one really cares if you see a grenade through a wall. You have an indicator. Ignore. You probably just want to walk it off, in my opinion. Ignore slow and 50% damage from alt. I mean, that's just a given. Gibraltar, these ones are insane. Revive allies to 50 HP. Auto reload shotguns on Nox. The baby bubble is also really, really good. If it's like anything like 15 seconds on the bubble, people will run Gibby again. And then the last time, the lifetime on the bubble is still pretty good, but if it depends on how fast the cooldown is for the baby bubble. So probably big ups and baby bubble for Gibraltar. Horizon is also pretty bad. You see the grenade again, pretty terrible. See ammo. So if anything, you probably want to see the grenades, and then probably reduce tack time or alt cooldown, whatever you prefer. Again, lifeline, 10 seconds on tack or 25% revive speed, probably revive speed, and then depending on where you're at on the map, self revive, or you get a supply drop which contains a red weapon. So you could potentially get a Kraber or in this season the Eva 8. Loba, extended range, like I mentioned previously in my other video, and then can take an extra item. So you think these would be purple because they're pretty good, and then the tack cooldown, and then increased tack height and range. So whatever you prefer here too. Maggie, probably would want to run crowd control. You get one tack charge, and it just loses duration, and then you get a bigger depth and range with the tack. And then auto reload shotguns on Nox, and you probably want to run Fireball as it creates like a axe, like I mentioned previously with the alt. Mirage, revive allies with HP regen. That's pretty good. And then +1 alt decoy and 30 seconds on the cooldown. That's okay too. And then Me Too, +1 tack charge, and then bamboozle bonus is actually pretty good. You probably want to run this. Every time you bamboozle somebody, it refreshes attacks. You probably want to run that. And maybe Revive Master if you want to be somewhat of a support Mirage. Newcastle is also pretty good. You gain 250 HP on your shield, or increase mobility on your shield. Revive allies with HP regen, that's really busted. And then increase castle wall HP. So you probably want to run the 250 HP on your mobile shield. And then maybe ally regen when you're picking up people. Octane, this is also really good for movement players. You probably want to run this. 25% stim damage, so you'll take less damage from using your stim. Explosive damage is just useless. Like, even with like every player, if you cannot dodge a grenade, it's like, what are you doing? And this gives you the ability to change directions while double jumping, which is basically a tap strafe, so I'm not sure about that. Or you get another ult charge. You can have 2 octane pads. So this basically just gives controller players the ability to tap strafe like normally in game. So most PC players will probably run mad hops and be able to throw 2 jump pads. Pathfinder is also pretty good. You can hit survey beacons or you can hit ring consoles. And then, in my personal opinion, you probably want to run the tack on knock because you can easily swing in, get a knock, swing out, or swing to a different position and knock somebody again, reset, swing again. You take less damage on ziplines. As they buffed him previously, he's already pretty fast in the zipline. I don't remember correctly, but I think he's faster himself on his own zipline. I could be wrong about that. Rampart, 20% on ult cooldown, carry extra ammo per stack. So basically an assault legend. I'm not sure what that is. Improve Sheila handling and spin up time, and fast reloads with Sheila and amp cover. So it's not great, but still okay abilities. Revenant, reduce tack cooldown. After a squad wipe, call out nearby squads. This is probably pretty good for Revenant. 20% tack charge time, and you probably want to kill thrill, tack refresh on anything that refreshes anything is pretty good, is really good. So probably run that with Murder Machine. Seer's not very great, but you probably want to run 25 meters with a passive and tack range from his passive. The faster movement while using passive is just kind of useless in my opinion. You get 1.5 seconds on scan duration, or you can throw your ult 20 meters. So it's not the greatest. Valkyrie, you just probably want to run extra thrusters, basically reverts Valk to what it was previously. You also have improved jetpack handling, which is before she got nerfed, basically. And you probably want to run full coverage, which is widens the missile swarm to a 3x5. You don't really need the extra fuel with Valk unless you're trying to get to some crazy angle, but probably want to run these 2 on the left. Vantage, she's actually pretty good now. Ring consoles or ult, increases ult XL charge, which is pretty good as well. And then improve tack jump, or you probably want to run sharpshooter, refresh tack on hits with the ult. So I don't know how many bullets it is. Is it 5 now? So if you hit somebody, it will refresh her tactical. So pretty good. She'll be annoying to play against. Watson is really, really insane. Watson might be back. Revive allies to 50 HP, and ult interceptions spawn arc stars. So if you're playing in zone and people are throwing arcs at your position, or any grenade, or I don't know if ult will work because it says interceptions. If it's ult too, like you have like 3 or 4 hits from a Gibby ult, you're getting like 4 arc stars from that. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's only grenades thrown or by players. And then depending on where you're playing, like from the outside of the zone or inside the zone, you probably want to run double ult HP and capacity. Or if you're playing on a zone, you want to run this because you place it once and then you can go fight someone else and place it again because you have 2 charges on your ult. And finally, we have Wraith. We have reduced tack cooldown, passive triggers when squads approach, reduce ult cooldown, and fast tack windup. So if this is back to when Wraith has insta-Q, this could be really, really good to make her viable again for especially ranked and competitive. And then her probably want to run that with tack cooldown. Her passive already tells you when squads are near. You don't really need that. That's kind of useless. Unless you're playing in zone and you really want her ult back, then you probably get this, but you probably just want the fast tack wind up with reduced tack cooldown. And that is all the legend perks. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite legends? Which ones are you going to be playing? Let me know. I'll be posting a video when the new trailer for the season drops. I believe it's on the 8th of February, which will get more information. I might make a video, or when we fully have the patch notes. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.